going to be taking you on a workshop with Lindsay Adler, AB and DB Studios. So I'm really excited to show you that. Of course, I'm not going to show everything because I think it's extremely important to invest in these creatives. They are amazing, and I think the knowledge that they're going to be giving is something that must be paid for. So I'm going to just show some behind the scenes and everything, but I'm so excited to bring you along.
We're the Pro Photo. We're going to be here today to kind of assist and help out with any lighting questions that you might have regarding settings, anything that you want to do a little bit different. But Lindsay's running the show, so we're really like second assistants, right? We're just very good. That's what we're
I was modeling, so I don't know about that.
They were both genuinely trying to put on model dresses.
They were.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
On the weekends, though.
This is Akiva from the Adorama content team. I'm on the social team. So I'm taking a lot of BGS and stuff, as Lindsay did with the giveaway. Anytime, not just with the contest, feel free to tag us at Adorama on social. We love seeing your work, especially if you're a fan of Lindsay's. It's probably going to be really, really good stuff. We love Lindsay.
Hey everyone, back again with a voiceover because of course my mic wasn't on throughout this whole shoot. I specifically put it on the lanyard thinking, oh, this is perfect, it's gonna work, and yeah, it didn't turn on, so yay for me. But yeah, I just want to talk a little bit more about Lindsay Adler and her workshops and why I attend them. For me, I lose inspiration very quickly, and I tend to beat myself up a lot and compare myself to other photographers that I'm seeing and seeing them working. And if you're a creative, but specifically a photographer, you know how difficult it is to make, a living off of being a photographer. So I've been kind of fighting that and trying to figure out how I can do this and actually be successful. And Lindsay Adler really inspires me to keep going and pushes me, and I really enjoy her creative eye, but also she's extremely down to earth. And I think we're so used to seeing only men photographers being extremely successful. So Lindsay's been a really, really big part of my journey and has been my inspiration. And don't get me wrong, I know these can be pretty expensive, and I have invested a lot of money into these workshops, but I always feel like after I come back from a workshop that I feel so confident and powerful, and that this is going to be the next, this is going to be it, right? Like, I'm going to be successful. And unfortunately, that's not what happens. Do I think I should stop going to them? I don't think so. I think I find new people to hang out with and get to know, and it pushes me out of my comfort zone a lot. But I do think there's something wrong with me in a sense, and why I am not getting to the place where I want to be at. And I think with being a creative, we kind of are all experiencing something like that, and being a creative in this time period is so very hard. But yeah, I love the setups that she does and the models that she is able to bring to these workshops. And I know there's like discourse on whether or not the photos I take at these events are technically my photos because I didn't do the styling or the lighting. But I feel like a lot of photographers who are up there and making it usually have stylists, makeup artists, assistants, and lighting assistants, even digitechs. So honestly, it's like, who's to say it isn't my photo, because I'm posing the model, I am talking with the model, I am using my brain to find a vision, and I am also editing the photos. So I think, in my personal belief, that these are my photos, even though they weren't my creative idea. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. This was an awesome workshop with AB and DM. I was so inspired by these two guys, and I was even more inspired by how they worked so well together. It really made me yearn to have somebody that would be in my corner, just like how they're in each other's corners, and would push me to be a better version of myself in this creative field. But I'm still looking for that person, and maybe that person's going to be me, I don't know. But yeah, they're amazing. I am in awe at their work.
One, two, three. Hold on, sorry, my hands are shaking. Woo. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, one more.
Love it. Love that. Yes.
Hey everyone, day 2 of my Lindsay Adler workshop. It's sponsored by Adorama and Profoto. Today is going to be the talking points with A, B, and DM. So I'm not really going to be recording much, just because, you know, like I said before, I think you need to pay for these workshops. So I don't want to like post things that are, you know, good information, but I will post like snippets here and there.
Cut or sculpted hair, and then little slices of light. So to do that, typically what I do, and you might not like this, but it's a true story, is I usually start with 5 lights. I know, but it's not really used at all. I'll tell you why. I'm going to turn off ambient lights because when I shoot in the studio, I do. Because I use really precise lighting where I'm placing it exactly where I want it to be. I can't see if the ambient light's on. So I have a nice big skylight in the other room that I've opened like 4 times. Because I like to work in the dark as I sculpt it. That one's not good. Thank you. Cool. By the way, I have absolutely no idea what the right power is. Oh, of course. Okay. Cool. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, this is point out. So the conversation we were having is I want him to light that earring, but he was coming from this side, and it would actually be better lit from over here. So my height, if I go up or down, will change where the highlight on the background appears. We added a grid, and what that does is it controls the light, so it's what makes that glowing effect, rather than it just lighting the whole background. It tells me, you know, blue is your main color. Maybe it's a blue dress, it's a main light blue gel, whatever. What other colors work with that? So the one that I really use most often for gels is this analogous color. Got a little excited. Good. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, let me do another one. Yeah, sure. Okay, so last one, everything straight on screen. So whole body, with me sure and see if you can cut half the face. down over the entire scene, and then this one on the right is what is just giving a pop of light to her face. Yes. Love this.
Phenomenal.
Yep, and he's moving over to left-hand side to see the shadow move it out of the frame. Yes. Whoa. Okay, cool.
You can decide if you want to come over and film.
And eyes at me. Cool. All right, awesome. Okay, here's your behind the scenes.
I apologize, I did not end the video with an outro, but you know, that's just the way the game is sometimes. I hope you enjoyed it and learned and got to experience what a Lindsay Adler workshop looks like. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Be a fly on the wall with us, and also insert y'all, part into our editorial that we're creating today.
The first thing we want to do is get everybody's name, so
Overall tone. So we kind of pick out buzzwords and things like that that really articulate what's the vibe of the day. So today, iridescent, crystallized, otherworldly, intriguing. So these are kind of our moods that we can also, shout out to the talent sometimes. We can, articulate this to the makeup artist. We can articulate this to the hairstylist, fashion wardrobe style. People too much to look at, but it's also important for you. You're more so here looking at what are these images together going to look like? What's the overall story, mood? After the shoot is done, do you want to present? So again, we're kind of showcasing some of the lighting techniques, some of the props, some of the creative techniques. We have some of the things that we want to execute in that day. So it's just looking at it from our standpoint. So earlier today we did some things like this where it's kind of like full silhouette. We did some slow, shutter drags. We know that we want some head pieces involved. We want wardrobe, a lookbook type of document where you'll have the pictures of the wardrobe itself, and then you can pull out the references for that particular look. We like doing this sometimes with talent. We'll even add more. We'll add posing direction, angle, all of that, because we have to be very direct with them. Sometimes they'll get up there like, what do you want me to do? You have to be quickly say like, this is it, So these type of slides are very integral to us to make sure that we use just a white backdrop just to kind of like give us even feel. And then we did some gridded, like just across her chest to kind of add some variance. We also had some additional images that didn't make the story, unfortunately, that was, more so focused in on the earring. Then for the second look, we did two different creative choices where we kept that same shooting into Capture One. In Capture One, we like to set up our session with look folders, meaning like look 1, look 2, look 3, but also a test folder.
That's smart.
We're starting in a test folder right now to test out ideas. And then once we, get to a final moment and we like cleared everything, then we go into our actual shoot folder. So I think we need a little bit more light. Now we can dragging our shutter, meaning we're opening the shutter for a certain amount of time versus also changing our exposure. So now we're at a point where we're about at 1/4 of a second, meaning that at 1/4 the shutter will open. One thing is for black backdrops, we actually don't use seamless. We tend to like to use duvetine, which is the same material that's just like a black flag or a black floppy, what that's made out of, because it doesn't have reflection. Seamless tends to have reflection. So because we're working with seamless today, we don't want the ground to reflect light. The only thing that editorial may say is like, let's shoot this as an opening spread. So that means we need to have horizontal versus vertical.
Or we need this advertiser shown, so.
Right, or our cover shots are 3/4, so we need some props and things like that.
As you know, with editorial advertising, they make most of this out.
Because when commercial stuff pays the bills. So editorial has a little bit more freedom. Yeah. So maybe give us 4-3 on the top right. And then
15 minutes.
Question, final remark.
I think that these are two of the most talented photographers, but I said this in my class today. This is what I think really is the aspiration, is to be.
Let's give it up for Lindsay. Like, you have it here. So, like, I've been watching Lindsay on Creative Live since I can remember. She doesn't understand how inspirational she is. Maybe she does. But 2018, I met Dante at a shoot. He posted an Instagram story about needing an assistant. So before that moment, we both worked as photographers. He posted that he needed an assistant for a journey shoot. It was his first campaign shoot. Had the fun, opportunity to shoot on location a lot, and that's the first thing that we look for now. If it's any chance of rain, hey, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. So, let's prep for that. And going into this particular shoot is, let's have so many backup plans that we can have a backup plan to the backup plan, but that wasn't like tying things down. Assistants, having that relationship with assistants, the catering, you just never know. A lot of this industry is word of mouth and people pushing that forward. Just saying, like, I work with ABDM and I like working with them, people take that into consideration. I prefer having them on set, so you just never know. You are, of course, you're a photographer, you're sometimes leading those sets, and you are kind of like the top of the thing, the totem pole beyond the talent, but it's like, you have to humble yourself so that every single conversation is important. Every single, how you carry yourself, how you interact with people.
Every mark you leave.
Yeah, you never know. You share your ideas in a way that no matter who's receiving that deck, from PR, magazine, photo, editors, all the way down to the talent, they really have a clear understanding of what you're looking to accomplish that day. And also it manages expectations.
And those that don't know, decks are mood boards.
Yeah, they're like mood board decks, pitch decks. Sometimes a setback is sometimes a step forward. That's just a little tidbit. Where, at least in our career, we've been on so many uptight sets. We've been in so many very serious sets. It's important to sometimes let your guard down, be fun, show your personality within reason. These are not your friends still, but have fun. Jump in that shot if that means it's gonna make the image. Sometimes you get so stuck on an idea that you forget that, like, there are many ways to approach an idea, and there's many ways to kind of execute an idea. This particular shoot really taught us, like, we can think outside the box. We can, with creative lighting, creative set design, and things like that, we can really get a job done. This shoot taught us that, we had one assistant where, no Digitech, no one, literally barely a producer on set. The client wasn't on set. They literally was like, send us a folder when you're done. We don't even know what you're gonna do. Just like send us something when you're done. But what the shoot taught us is you gotta look beyond the obstacles. I know that being paid and compensated for your work and your time is very important, but sometimes that compensation is well beyond what you can be paid. And it's important for you to begin to weigh those opportunities and weigh the options in that shoot. Now, I'm not saying be out here working for free for everybody. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is every shoot has certain obstacles that if you want this shoot, if this shoot is important enough or lucrative enough in different ways, go for it and put your all into it. Lesson or note here is the biggest opportunities sometimes have unique obstacles, and don't let the lack of budget deter you from a career enhancing moment. So yeah,